Man. Wait a little bit before I get cooking. This is interesting. So when we did the show on Wednesday, I did not know we'd be playing Brock Glenn. Obviously, um, Louisville's as trash as I thought they were. Um, Defense. Shout out to the defense, man. Defense is doing defense. You can't play much better than what the defense is doing right now. I wish we would have got that fumble at the end of the half, man. Um, Great hit by AZ, loosen that ball up. Fisk has been a man on a mission. Verse has been great. The defense has been outstanding. Plummer sucks. So I mean, when people told me Tate Rodemaker couldn't win the ACC, I said BS. Jake Plummer's the quarterback of the team, or Jack Plummer, whatever his name is. If Tate Rodemaker is good enough. If we have Tate Rodemaker tonight, I believe FSU has at least 14, 17 points. Wholeheartedly believe that. I am not going to come in here and shit on Brock Glenn, a true freshman, third stringer, because frankly, AJ Duffy should probably be ready. Obviously, Duffy's not ready, but we know Duffy's not gonna be here next year. But I'm not gonna come in here and shit on number 11 because he's not ready to play. I told y'all he wasn't ready to play. When everybody was saying, "Man, I want to see Glenn Tate ain't it," I told y'all. I said Glenn's not ready. Y'all ain't seen nothing from Glenn to know that he's ready. And everybody that's talking about Brock Glenn is now about to turn their back on Brock Glenn. Everybody's about to turn their back on him. When he's out there playing his hardest, doing his damnness, he's just not. He shouldn't even be in this position. Jordan Travis goes down, freak concussion. The second string guy, we're on the third string guy. Like, shouldn't even be Brock Glenn in the game, but he is. He's not turning the ball over. Tell Keon to catch the damn ball. Maybe Brock Glenn has some confidence. Maybe Brock Glenn is in a rhythm. If I don't know, one of the best receivers in the nation apparently catches the ball. If you're the number 8 overall prospect in the country, according to Todd McShay, or no, I think it's according to Mel Kiper, you need to catch the damn ball. Keon Coleman, number 4, catch the ball. Um, Other than that, the offense is what it usually is. If I'm being quite honest with you, if anything, you might want to target a Johnny Wilson going forward because he's got that sorry ass number 2 on him. And anytime number 2's on somebody, that's who you should be targeting. Like, I don't even know why that's not part of the game plan. Wherever number 2 is, that's where we throw the ball. Shout out to Shane Keena. Says adjustments, guys. That's all. This is our eyesore on I4C. Look, I don't want to hear too much about this game because Michigan's only up 10-0 against an Iowa team. But Michigan's supposed to be the number 2 team in the country. They're only up 10-0 against Iowa. And everybody knows Iowa has an anemic offense. Brock Glenn has more than 10 if he's playing tonight. I don't care what anybody says. You can't penalize a team that's on their third string quarterback. That is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't care who the team is. You put the third string quarterback in at Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Washington. Put the third string quarterback. All of those teams struggle. So as far as I'm concerned, 3-0, like, it's good to be up. Fitz missed the field goal at the end there. Some play calling leads. Let me say this. I don't think the play calling. I read a comment. I'm not even going to get into playoff talk because some of y'all need to shut up with that playoff stuff. If they win, they're in. Y'all fall into the same BS narratives that y'all cry about ESPN having an agenda, and y'all don't do nothing but follow the agenda. So I don't want to hear that. Anyway, I don't have a problem with the play calling as much as I have a problem with our route concepts. But I've been saying this all year. So this isn't just a Brock Glenn thing. This is our route concepts, man, are really suspect. I don't want to say we need to. I don't know. it kind of makes sense the way we call plays when your O-line coach is your OC, because we don't have any creative route concept. Like we don't have any creative plays when we throw the ball, nothing's really creative. We don't run pick plays that other teams run. We don't run the drags. We don't run any of that. And I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So um like if we did more of that, I think that'd help Brock Glenn out. Our short passing game is the screen game, which I absolutely detest. Anybody who knows me know I hate the screen game. Detest it. There are a lot better, more efficient plays that you can call. I mean, not that the screenplay isn't efficient, but if you're not setting it up, screens become very easy to read. So we don't do a lot of what I want us to do. But that, again, that's been an all-year problem, not just this game problem. If we did more, I think it would benefit Brock Glenn some more. Obviously, Brock Glenn, he holds the ball. He's making all the freshman mistakes. Like, I can't come in here and rip on Brock Glenn. Can't do it. I can't do it. He's playing like a freshman. Shocker. I actually like what we did in the second half, and I think we need to go back to that. When we started running some Wildcat stuff, I thought that was kind of creative, and it was effective. We need to go back to maybe running some more Wildcat. Throw a little sprinkle in there with Deuce Spann, only because he's a former quarterback, so we can throw out of that if it's Deuce Spann in a Wildcat. You got to get creative. I thought in the second quarter, early in the second quarter, they got creative with the offensive play calling. I think you need to do more of that. Not so much trick plays, but mixing in Wildcat and then mixing in different looks with the Wildcat. Deuce Spann, Trey Benson. We only ran it with Toa Philly, which I get, very patient runner, has better vision, I think, than Trey Benson. So that's why they went that route. I would like to see just more of that with some different pieces. With the offenses, when I found out Brock Glenn was going to be the quarterback, I'm not going to lie to y'all. The offense is about what I expected. I mean, anybody that talked to me offline about that knew exactly how I felt about when I found out Brock Glenn was going to be the guy. I was like, ugh, okay, here we go. We are a second half team, so let's see what our second half adjustments will be. I need some turnovers from the defense to help us out. Maybe a pick six, something to give us a cushion. If we can get to 10, I say we lock this thing up. I don't know what Louisville can do better. They can't block us right now, and Plummer's not good enough. And when he does, Plummer doesn't have time to really do anything. So defense has to keep playing lights out. Offense got to figure out a way to put some points on the board. We got to put some points on the board. But you can't tell me Florida State don't belong in the playoff when the number 2 team, who's fully healthy, by the way, has 10 points against Iowa. So what's Michigan's excuse? Because they're not down to their third string guy. You feel me? They're not down to their third string guy. So nothing this game has happened that should shock anybody. I see people talking about O-line. Bro, the O-line's been the O-line all year. 63 sucks. Don't know what to tell y'all. He's not going to get magically better. He is who he is. And we rotate a lot of guys. I saw 52 get a couple plays today. He's not healthy. Period. I don't think I've seen any of Bless Harris. I could be wrong. We still rotating a bunch of bodies up front. We've been banged up on the O-line all year, and our quarterback, we're doing more with less, I think, than I think a lot of us anticipated. Period. O-line's been banged up all year. Now, unfortunately, we're down to third string quarterback, and here we are. So it's easy to come in here and be hard, and it's also giving the circumstances okay, just win. Just win, and we'll just win. I can't put too much on Brock Glenn. He doesn't have the experience. And the only bad play I think he made was that play where he ran out of bounds instead of just throwing the ball out of bounds and lost 5 yards. But those things come with experience, right? Those things come with experience. He's made Brock made a couple good. He made one great throw to Keon that he dropped on the sideline. Where again, if you're one of the top wide receivers in the country, NFL guys make that catch. So I need Keon to get his head out of his ass. And then he had made another great play to Keon on a fake quarterback run. It's actually a well-called, well-timed, well-called play, well executed, and Keon dropped it. Now the ball was thrown a little high, but again, if you're an NFL guy, you make those plays. So at the end of the day, the supporting cast isn't helping the freshman out. You know, the freshman isn't great, but they're not helping them out either. Maybe drop some more stuff for Johnny Wilson, who seems to be all reliable. We got to get Trey Benson more carries. Interesting thing, C.J. Campbell started the game. I don't know what that deal was with the running game, where Campbell starts. Saw a lot of Rodney Hill early. I want to see more number 3. We got to lean on number 3 because he has that explosiveness that if he can break one, it's 10-0. So got to lean on number 3 a little bit. Maybe get number 5 involved on the offense. I don't want to see no jet sweeps with nobody. Y'all are complaining about the offensive blocking. Forget the jet sweep. Forget the jet sweep. They don't block it up. I don't want to see the jet sweep. I would like to see something short to our tight ends. I've been begging for us to use the tight ends, even when I found out Tate Rodemaker was the quarterback. Like, get the tight ends involved. You're calling some 2 tight end sets. Let's get both of them on drag routes again. Run these pick play. Let's scheme some stuff, bro. My biggest criticism, I don't feel like offensively we scheming stuff open. I don't feel like we scheming very well offensively. We're trying to run the prototype offense with an inexperienced quarterback and a porous O-line at this point. And I don't think that's a recipe for success, right? That's just my opinion offensively. So, said all of that to say, hit the like button. Y'all know where we're going to be after the game. Offense is hard to watch, but the defense has been fun to watch. And the crazy thing about it, Louisville's defense isn't even playing well. Our offense has really been that bad. If Jordan Travis is in the game, it's 20-something to 0 at halftime. If Tate's in the game, I think it's at least 14 to 17, 0 at halftime. So, all these people y'all wanted Brock Glenn, you got Brock Glenn. This is why people need time. This is why players need development. Okay? This is exactly why. We'll see what happens with Brock. I think Brock's made some good throws. I do think Brock is a gamer. But we got to we just got to do better. I'm actually sitting here. I got the Florida State game on downstairs. I got a Michigan game up here. So I'm listening to the Michigan, Urban Meyer, Matt Leinart trying to justify how Michigan's up 10-0. And then they're talking about how Florida State's struggling against Louisville. I'm like, so the number 2 team in the country struggling with the number, what is Iowa, 18 isn't an issue, but FSU struggling on their 3rd-string quarterback is an issue. Kind of crazy. My guess is let me know when the game comes back on downstairs. I think Texas should be in it. And we're going to talk about that on the post game. But Bama pulled what I told y'all. Bama did what I told y'all they was going to do. Bama did what I told y'all they was going to do. But we're going to talk about that after the game. But yeah, man, y'all hit the like button. And y'all already know where to tune into after the game. I'm going to go back downstairs and get ready for this second half. Y'all know we in second half team. So let's see what we got to be some great adjustments. So let's see offensively. Defensively, we don't need to adjust much. I expect Brom to adjust offensively, so we'll see what the defense adjusts to. But we just got to figure out offense. How can we put like I feel like like the first team to double digits wins this game is how I feel. FSU's got to figure out how to put some points on the board because if we can put points on the board, make Louisville play from behind, and the more they have to drop back and pass, the better situation we're in. They can't block us, and Plummer sucks. So, with all that said, like Chad said, go Noles, halftime, tune in. It's going to be lit. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be lit. Y'all already know. It's your boy Polk over here on 863 Seminole TV. And we out here. Catch y'all after the game.